Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to Iowa Cattle. I hope you're doing very well and having a great day. Now, it's been a little while since we've been down here on Iowa, hasn't it? I suppose I've been sidetracked and my attention has been sent elsewhere these last couple of weeks with the arrival of a few cracking maps into the world of farming simulator. Obviously, we've had a Truria, which we've started a new series on, and of course we've had the incredible Saxlingham from FARMERSIM Briscoe as well. That's taken up a lot of my attention and a lot of my time, but I'm back here. I'm excited to be back here over in the States, cracking on with the work that we've got to do over here on the farm. Now, as you can see, I'm out in the field. It's 8:10 at night, it's cold and it's snowing. Now, I've been knuckling down at this off camera, getting a load of the tillage done. This is the last field that we're in now. The rest of the fields have all been completely run over now with the cultivator. I've got an hour or so left in the field here, and the snow wasn't forecast to come till 9 o'clock. It's now 8:10. It's been dropped. It's been snowing now for about 5 or 6 minutes, so I've lost that battle, haven't I? But I'm going to crack on. It is cold. The soil is a bit hard, and I know it's not necessarily the bang on the right time to do it, but I'm going to crack on. Like I say, I've got an hour or so left to get this done before the snow does blanket down. Now, it's given snow pretty much throughout the whole night, so I'm expecting come tomorrow morning we're going to have a blanket of snow over everywhere, so there's not a huge amount I'm going to be able to do once that happens. So that's why I was trying to get everything done, or get all this cultivating done at least anyway, before that snow falls. So I've still got the liming to do in all of the fields, obviously, apart from field 5, the field right by the farm. We did lime that prior to cultivating it a couple of episodes back, didn't we? But I think what I will have to do is just be patient and wait for a window of opportunity, potentially into February and March, before drilling, before spreading that lime. I think there's no point rushing it at the end of the day. So either way, still got tons to do. So yeah, we'll sort that liming out in the near future. Jobs left to do at the minute anyway. Throughout the winter, we've still got 800,000 litres of silage in one of the bunkers there that we need to shift. I could do with it's still covered over, so I don't need to worry about the snow landing on it or anything like that, but I really do think I need to get it out the cold, as it were, and get it into the mixers and get it to start getting it processed and being turned into total mixed ration for our cows. The cows are all good, they're all healthy, they're all nice and warm, they're all doing good, they've all got food, they've got plenty of straw for the minute anyway. We'll no doubt have to give them a topping up or so, maybe tomorrow or the day after, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm just going to crack on with this now, get this job finished, and see how we go and see what the weather's like tomorrow morning. Well, I suspected correctly, ladies and gentlemen. The snow has definitely stuck. We are blanketed with the stuff now. It's really cold, -3 degrees now. So, yeah, we are deeply in the throes of winter, that's for sure. Now, one thing I do need to do is just top this beastie up with a bit of fuel after yesterday's escapades in the field with the cultivator. It was a late night, let's be honest, but it needed to be done. I am very glad that I got that cultivating done. Yes, I know the last few minutes or so, an hour or so, was taken up being snowed upon a little bit, but I did want to try and stay away from doing that if at all possible. But like I say, it was just an hour or so, so it's all good. It's all good. Now all the machinery's been shut away now in the sheds to try and keep warm as best as possible. But what I am going to do is going to jump in the John Deere here, and one of the things that I am going to try and get done at the minute, because there's not a lot I can do in the cold, let's be honest. We don't want to be working in the fields. I certainly don't want to be washing all the machinery off. It's -3 degrees. All I'm going to be doing is making several monuments of ice, tractor shaped and implement shaped. It's way too cold to be getting anything out with the jet washer, and I do need to be careful as well, because the lanes and such are relatively slippy. And because I'm talking and driving at the same time, I'm going completely the wrong way, because I wanted to go down here and get one of the trailers. So what I'm going to do, we've got about 50,000 litres of total mixed ration currently in our mixer over there on the other side of the farm there, by the bunkers. So what I'm going to do is we're going to load up with, I'm going to essentially split that 50,000 litres across both current cow barns that we've got, the breeding barn and the barn here, and get the animals, get the cows, get their production levels up to 100%, because it's currently 80% because they've only been fed hay and silage. But of course this was a decision I'd made a couple of episodes ago, wasn't it, when I started placing those TMR machines down, in that we're a dairy farm at the end of the day, so I need to maximise as much profit as possible, so we need as much milk as possible. So in order to do that, because of the mechanics of the game, I need to feed them milk. So that's what I need to feed them, sorry, total mixed ration, not milk. I need them to produce more milk, not so yeah, that's the plan for now. I'm going to go and do all that. But like I said before, the cows and the animals are all perfectly healthy. They're all at 100% health. They've got more than enough straw for now. I could, I suppose I could top them up with a few litres, but I don't need to worry too much, let's be honest. But yeah, I do need to be very, very careful of how I drive on this snow, because I don't want to go sliding into the likes of my new tanker there. That would be devastating, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to take it nice and easy, that's for sure. There we are. Ah. Immune to snow, that patch, it would seem. And we've got plenty of manure there over in the bunker there, and also in the bunker over the in the distance just behind that bunker. We've got plenty of manure to fall back on, and we've got quite a bit of slurry as well, which I do plan on spreading into the fields at some point in the near future. Now let me just get myself positioned correctly, because manoeuvring is a little bit tight here, but I think we might have it there. Nope, miles away. Let's just do that a bit better, shall we? No, I don't believe that spout has got collisions, has it? There we go. So, total mixed ration. 51,907 litres, and the trailers hold a total of, when it gets full, 29,500. So, yeah, pretty much a trailer in each. I think that would be the best approach to take. Just start getting their production levels brought right back up again. But I think as far as December goes, there's not really a huge amount I'm going to be able to do. Now, like I said before as well, one of the main jobs that I do need to get done between now and drilling time, which is April next year, is the liming. But I don't want to rush it. I don't want to get it done just for the sake of getting it done. We do need to be mindful of that. There we go. Let's get that tipped. This will be the first time using these walking floor trailers in here, but I think they were a wise investment. Like I say, the previous trailers had the side tipping function, which was great, but they were limited when it came to the height. The wheel loader couldn't quite reach over when we were loading in the silage out the bunkers, could it? So I think, oh, do you know what, I'll just reverse out of there. I don't need to open both the doors and create a nasty cold draft through here, that's for sure. There we go, is that done? So if we pop into our animal menu and just have a look there, see where these guys are up to now. So they do have almost 30,000 litres of TMR. So in the fullness of time, hopefully not too long, these productivity levels will go to 100%. So that's great. There we go. Let's pull ourselves out of here. We'll go and get the second trailer load. Might not be a full trailer load though. And we'll go and take this over to the breeding barn. And then, I think that's pretty much going to be us for December. I don't really think there's much point in trying to do something while the weather's like this. I think I just need to face reality that it's too cold to do anything. And shift forward into January, quite frankly, because January stands to be very, very lucrative now. All down to the dried corn. We have got a lot of the stuff at the minute. Let me just position myself and get this second trailer loading before I jump into the menus here. And yeah, but January stands to be a pretty good one for money in that respect, because we're going to be taking what dried corn that we have made already. There we go, should be able to catch that. So 22,500 litres, that'll do just fine for now. Yeah, we've got, let me jump into the menus now and have a look here. So where are we? So we go into our corn dry silo. We currently have 349,989 litres currently. So go into time saving stock check here and you'll see that come January it's worth almost, at what we've got now, $630,000 worth, which is amazing. What I plan on doing with this whole thing in January, this obviously number, by the time we get to January, this number is going to be even higher. The quantity that we've got currently is just under 350,000 litres of the stuff. It will be higher when we get to January, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hire a worker, and myself and that worker are going to be running the 2 trailers we've got, and we're going to run them back in two. I did ideally want to consider using the big lorry as well, but it's quite tight in the corn dryer and the sell point as well for that big truck, so I'm just going to use the two tractors and trailers to get that done. So, but yeah, it sounds to be extremely lucrative, because at the minute the money's, don't get me wrong, we've got $70,000 in the bank, which is fine. I'd love to have $70,000 in the bank in real life, let's be honest, but yeah, we could do with more, let's be honest, because one of the things I did mention a couple of episodes ago that I would like to do ideally is swap out the McCormick tractor, because it's as capable it is, as capable as it is, and it's a lovely tractor. It's a lovely place to be in that respect. It's, as I've said before, it's the turning circle of that thing is just woefully terrible in my personal opinion, so I'd very much like to swap it out, get something that's of equal power. You know, I'm not going to be necessarily going for something that's got loads and loads of power, but yeah, it needs to be about equal power and equally as capable, and just, well, it can turn a tighter corner, I suppose. That's the one thing I'm looking for. And also as well, we've got the silage to move there. It is very cold. It is under the blanket, of course, but I feel one of the good ideas would be to get that out of the bunker and split it between the 2 TMR mixers that we've got now on the farm, and essentially keep it warm, get it in the mixers, get that get those mixers turned on, and get TMR producing ready for spring, so we can keep the cows fed. That's the idea, I guess. So as for now, here in December, the whole of December, I think now, like I say, I'll just park this lot away, get it all neatly stowed back away in the sheds, keep them warm, and I'll pick you up very, very soon in January. Now then, welcome to January, where the money is going to come tipping in as far as I'm concerned. I'm just on my way now to load up a little bit more TMR. The cows in this barn have been burning through that the last few weeks. So we're going to load up yet again with what we've got in here, spread it across the 2 cow barns. Now, the cows in the breeding barn over to our right, I just caught that, there we go. The cows in the breeding barn over there haven't actually started reproducing yet. Now, this may well be on account of the fact that they've only been sitting at 80% productivity levels, and that's entirely my fault because of my choice to feed them hay and hay and silage as opposed to full-blown TMR. So hopefully that is going to change very, very soon. As you can see, obviously we're loading them up right now, but these ones in the barn, with there being so much more in here, these have been going through it much quicker throughout the last few weeks. So they still do have some in here right now, so let's just start getting this tipped. We'll jump into our animals very quickly. So as you can see there, yeah, they're only at 50% reproduction, but they're at 100% health, 100% productivity, sorry, and 100% health. So they've still got 6,000 litres left in from that load that we just gave them back in December, whereas the cow barn here has been going through it relatively quickly, and these guys are only at 50% reproduction levels as well, but still now at 100% productivity, so that's all good. They do have 39,000 litres of milk in the barn here that I need to get emptied and sold, and we're going to be doing that relatively quickly, getting that sorted and dealt with our brand new tanker, so I'm looking forward to that. But if we go back into time saving stock check out the dried corn. We're almost at $1 million, ladies and gentlemen, 984,118. But if we add that to the milk that we've currently got, currently worth 55,000 if we were to leave it till October. We're not going to be doing that. But right now, it's at $55,769 worth. So we're going to be getting rid of that. So collectively, we're going to be making over $1 million today, so I'm very, very excited for that. Now, what I did mention before regarding not using the big truck and the big trailer to help with the moving of the dried corn, I've done a bit of thinking, because the reason why I said I wasn't going to do that was because of the relatively tight space that we've got over at the sell point there. But I've amended the auto drive course to allow the truck to swing out from the lane that leads up to the sell point and into the field, because the field doesn't have a crop in, so I can afford to let the truck temporarily just take a wide circle into there. So we will be using two tractors and trailers, and the truck as well, to help get this dried corn shifted and get it done relatively quickly. There we go. The last 28,000 litres. So what have we got in the animal barns now? Let's do it in the cow barn. So these guys have got 50,000 litres, and these guys have got 6,000 litres. So I'm going to spread this between the two. I'm going to give the breeding barn probably just under half of this, give or take a bit, we'll see, and put the rest in the big barn here. So just to keep them topped up for a bit. Now, as you can see, it's still snowing. We've got snow forecast for the entire of January, so I'm going to leave the bunker shifting for now, because that is a mammoth task in of itself. There's 800,000 litres there. The bucket capacity is 8,000 litres, so that's essentially 100 bucket loads that I need to shift. So with that in mind, I'm going to leave that for now. So we'll stop that there. Keep 16 and a bit thousand litres in the trailer here. We'll take this over to the big barn. Where does that leave the breeding barn there? So these guys got 19,000 litres. Because there is less cows in this barn, it goes through this lot much slower, so I can afford, I think, for now, to keep just what we put in there for now and see how it goes. But yeah, like I say, the shifting of the silage out the bunker there is a massive task. Topping up both of the mixers with essentially half of that each, plus the bales, the straw and the hay bales that we've got in the bale sheds down the hill there, is a massive task. So that is essentially quite possibly going to wait till the next episode. I think we'll get that done. Now I'm going to focus on, we'll get the milk sorted, and we'll get the dried corn sorted, because that's a big job. But like I say, utilising two tractors, two trailers and the big truck should hopefully get that done relatively quickly. Still a big task, let's be honest, going back and two. But yeah, I'm excited to see what that bank balance comes to when the job's done. So we'll pull that out of here. Goodness me, that is a big mound of brown there next to us, isn't it? How much have we got in there now? Just close that door up. There we go. What have we got in here? 77,000 litres of the stuff. So that's going to come in handy very soon, that's for sure. So I think what I'll do for now is very quickly just pull this out of the way, and we're going to hitch up the truck, Big Pete, to its tanker trailer. There we go. Get in there. The truck's in here. Pop this door. There we are. And we'll take a trip over to the sell point first of all, with what milk we can get out of here. I think there's going to be a little bit of manoeuvring involved here, because the tanker's facing that way. What I think I might have to do is do a bit of a lap of the building, because where that deer is there, I think, is where I need to fill up with my milk. So hopefully he's gone by the time we get there. Right. So, for the first time, in fact, what I think I will do is just do my very best not to embarrass myself on video here, but hopefully just carefully reverse it round. No skill issues, hopefully, here today, ladies and gentlemen, he says. There we are. Come on, dear. Out the way. Come on. Come on, you fool. Don't get me wrong, I know I don't have to do that. They don't have any collisions. I don't actually... Oh, right, you're being an idiot now. Now he legs it. Right, there we go. Nice. So this has a capacity of 30,000 litres, so we're going to be leaving 9,000 litres in here at the minute, so we'll come back for that a bit later on, no doubt. They will be constantly producing, of course. But yeah, let's go make some money with this, so I'll see you in a moment or two's time over at the sell point. So I'm putting my auto drive course to the test here, so as you'll see the truck's going to swing right out into the field. Just while we can, while there's no crop in the field, while it's empty. And it should, hopefully, not hit that tree. Now I haven't actually tested it with this milk tanker. I don't actually know where the tip trigger is on the tanker. Oh no, there we are, straight away. Admittedly not 100% realistic, I guess, but still, it's hit the trigger, that's all that matters. The milk's going out, the money's coming in, there we go. What will we get for this trailer load? Just under halfway now, but yeah, at least I now know that it's going to work with that triple hopper. I know that's the main thing. When we take many trips between the corn dryer and here, very soon. Down, boom. Nice, just over 41 grand for that trailer. Now, like I say, I know we've got the 9,000 litres left over there, which I could probably get done with the little milk trailer, but we'll leave that there for now because I do want to focus on the dried corn. So back to the farm, load up with get the tractors and trailers and this thing connected to the big triple hopper. Let's get making some dollar. Right then, we're all sorted, convoy's connected, we're rolling on the way to the grain dryer now to pick up the first load. It's going to be a good one, this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some money in the bank. Let's get this dried corn sold. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that bank balance now. We have made, in what is essentially less than an hour, probably about 40 minutes, just north of $1 million. $1,009,687 to be absolutely precise. Now, I have included the environmental score award in that result because it makes the title of this video factually correct, quite frankly, but that's amazing. I was going to say what a payday, but it's not even a pay hour, is it? That's an enormous earnings. That I'm amazed. Dry corn is an incredible earner, if I don't say so myself. So yeah, there we go. $1.116 million in the bank now. What a morning. That is, I'm so chuffed with that. I've got to say, really, really chuffed. Yeah, I did throw in all the trailers to get the job done as quickly as possible, I suppose, but still, that's a result. That really is. So the farm is now standing in pretty good stead. I've got no idea what I'm going to spend the money on. I'm going to invest it, of course. There's a possibility we could possibly afford to buy the rest of the map that we don't own. There's only a couple of fields that we don't own on here, so we could potentially own Montieth if I wanted to. If I haven't actually looked and seen what the cost of the remaining land is, but might look into it and might not. At the same time, it is nice to have a couple of fields free, so in the future, if we do need a little bit of an earning, we can take to a couple of contracts if need be. There are a few contracts currently in the two fields that are vacant on the map, I suppose. But for now, I think as a good result of that, for now, I'm going to call it here for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you have enjoyed the video and found it a little bit of fun and a little bit interesting. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does do wonders, helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing Farming Simulator 25 or any of its add-ons and you like the idea of supporting the channel and helping out a creator, as always, I would be massively appreciative. And of course, on top of that, if any of you are in the market for an online server to play with your mates and you like the idea again of supporting the channel and helping out a creator, please consider using my Giants Partner my G-Portal, affiliate link in the video description below. Any help and support there also would be massively appreciated. So, thank you very much for your time again, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.